So after being online for, 11 years, I've really become hard. And the reason that I've become hardened is I think just because of the amount of feedback that you receive being online. You have enough room, Bobby? Yeah, okay. Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a little update. For those of you who don't know or new to the channel, welcome. I'm Kati Morton, I'm a licensed therapist, but recently I talked about my own feelings of burnout and my struggles coping with it and essentially giving myself permission to take a break. And I don't share these things easily because my channel is not really about me. It's about me helping you and offering tools and resources that you might need. And anyways, in doing so, I'm hoping that you can see through my process, how you can better take care of yourself. Hi, Roxy girl. And a lot of people, I think, didn't understand when I took a break that it was only 1 week. Sean and I went to Charleston and got away for 8 nights. We stayed and it was wonderful. And I hadn't taken a break like that in over 2 years. And so it was really, really needed. And I think what was needed even more than that was just the quiet time to journal, because I'd gotten away from doing that. And just having, honestly, the funniest thing is that happens for me most on planes because there's like no other distractions, aren't things that I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? That like pull. I think that's why I have to leave my house. I have to like go somewhere because if I stay home, even if I'm not working, I'll be doing like home work. Like, oh, I should sweep off the deck, do laundry, vacuum, all the things that you do to keep your place looking and feeling right. So anyways, I just wanted to update you on how I'm doing, what I've learned, and maybe it'll be helpful for you too. So I'm doing okay. I honestly think that 8 nights away wasn't enough. And I think a lot of you thought that I was taking a longer break. But unfortunately, when you work for yourself and other people depend on you, right? We have a small team of people who assist us in the editing and in creation of what we do. And it's hard to take that time off and still be able to pay for people, right? Because every video we make money through AdSense. And when you take time off, we're still feeling the ripple effects of this. Unfortunately, then the algorithm doesn't send your stuff out to people. I've heard from many of you that you're like, I didn't get the notification of your most recent video. And that's partly because we took a break. And I hate that part of social media, but unfortunately, it's kind of part of what I've signed up for and what we're doing. And so we were only able to take a week off, and it definitely should have been longer. But what Sean and I talked about is that we should do it more regularly. So, every 3 to 4 months, we should be taking either a long weekend or a full week off. You want to get down, baby girl? She's just excited to be on the furniture. Anyway, we're trying to, okay. Oh my goodness, stretch. Okay. Anyways, she's a good girl, she's a good baby. Anyway, it was good to get away, but it should have been longer. And so I'm not gonna lie to you and say, I feel fully recharged and ready to come back. I don't. And I'm still a little burnt out. But what I did learn actually came the week before I went to Charleston. Not Sean and I, it was me by myself. I went to the Healthy Voices Conference in Philadelphia. And if you don't know about the Healthy Voices Conference, it's a conference for health advocates. And it was during that trip that I realized it was the connection that I was missing. And it was seeing people in person that I needed to recharge me and help me feel better about what I do and who I am. Because something that I realized on that trip is that I am a soft person. I'm a crier. You guys all know that. I'm a feeler. I feel out people, situations. That's how I navigate my life. And that's part of, honestly, what I love about myself. I don't mind being soft and vulnerable and empathic. I think that makes me a better friend, wife, and hopefully therapist. And so after being online for, 11 years, I've really become hard. And the reason that I've become hardened is I think just because of the amount of feedback that you receive being online. And there's a whole culture around, I think, any of us putting ourselves out there on social media, people giving feedback and people wanting things from us and assuming things about us and all the things that can come along with it can make it hard to remain soft. And so it was actually on that my flight back from the Healthy Voices conference that I realized what I love so much about that group of people is that they're all vulnerable about their disease state that they represent, right? Because a lot of people are talking about something very personal to them, either a family member that they advocate for or themselves. And I think that intimacy with their disease state like forces that empathy and vulnerability that I honestly think as a YouTuber, the YouTube community could use more of. I think that that I needed more of that. I needed the reminder that it's okay to be soft and it's okay to get your feelings hurt. And I don't have to protect myself, because I definitely like was puffer fishing. I should have worn my puffer fish shirt instead of my Katie detective shirt. But I've definitely been puffer fishing, sticking all my spines out for the past 2 years, because there hasn't been that in-person connection that I know reminds me of why I do what I do. I haven't been able to see a lot of your faces in person like I used to. And I think all of that is really key in my longer term healing. I have reached out to a therapist and have an appointment. We'll see if it goes well. I haven't been successful in finding a good therapist in Austin yet, but that doesn't mean they're not there. And overall, I think I just need more time and I need more connection with people, because I don't want to lose that part of myself. I know why I did it. I did it as a protective mechanism. I did it as a way to keep going, to survive. It's kind of like I talk about unhealthy coping skills. Like, we do them for a reason. They serve a purpose, right? That's why we can't often just get rid of them without understanding why they're there in the first place. And I think me shutting myself off and like spines out is almost like being hyper vigilant and also not allowing people to get to know me anymore. And it's just been hard. Anyway, that's what I learned, is that I actually like the fact that I'm soft and vulnerable and empathic. And I want to keep being that way. And being online has made me think that in order to sustain, I have to shut that off. But I'm going to push back, and I don't think that I have to keep doing that. And I think taking the break, again, it's really just giving myself quiet time, because as I'm sure all of you feel, there's so many people that vie for our attention, whether it's family members, children, animals, anything, people that need something from us. Could be business associates, could be employees, it could be any number of things, right? There's always something that's going to be asking for time from us. And I've been struggling to do that and take care of myself. So I have to find a better, I hate to use the term balance, because that work-life balance thing just frustrates me, but I have to find a better equation, a better balance of it. And I think I've just been, in order to keep going, it's kind of like white knuckling and pushing through. I've just like cut myself off emotionally. So if you felt that in videos, I'm sorry. It's just me protecting myself, and I'm recognizing that now. But I think because I've been kind of in survival mode, and I would hypothesize that this was triggered by the pandemic. I'm not going to blame everything on the pandemic forever, but I do think it was a trauma. I think we all felt that trauma. And I haven't quite recovered. And I don't expect myself to recover, lickety split, but I do expect myself to slowly come out of this freeze and this hypervigilance that I've been feeling, this I don't know, maybe unconscious feeling of needing to harden myself and protect myself, because I felt like I was just surviving. And I think sometimes when I'm in survival mode, and maybe this resonates with any of you, it's like any small discomfort, dysregulation, something that's inconvenient can like be too much. And I even found that like a couple weeks ago, something happened. I got an email that it wasn't not nice, but it wasn't nice, it's like moderate. I felt like immediately overwhelmed by it, and it ruined my whole day. And I don't like being that, you got to move your your butt there, boo-boo. Okay. I don't like being that easily thrown off my game. And I think that's why I thought I needed to lock myself down and shut everything out. And I just don't want to do that. And I'm going to try to be better. I'm going to try to balance so that I'm not so overwhelmed and not so easily thrown off. And I think for me, the answer is therapy, journaling, and friendships, connection with others. If you hear a ding, it's because my dog is ringing her doorbell because she wants to go run in the yard. I feel you, Roxy. But anyways, that's what I'm planning to do. So yes, it was good to get away. Charleston is beautiful. If you haven't gone, go. The food is amazing. People are friendly. I loved it. But 8 nights was not enough. And if you want to decide where Sean and I go next, we're hoping to go snowboarding. Leave it in the comments below if you have any recommendations. But anyway, 8 nights definitely wasn't enough. But I haven't figured out what the cadence is for vacations. But I'm thinking every 3 to 4 months we have to take some time off. And I wish it would have been resolved. I wish I could come back and tell you, oh, I feel amazing. I'm so recharged. This is all beautiful. But that would just be a lie. And you know, I don't lie to you guys. I don't want you to ever think that something's simple. As I've talked about in videos forever, things take time and healing takes time. And I do still feel that like hypervigilance, protective nature. And I'm coming out of it. You know, I've been trying to do my body shakes and I've been trying to take time and journaling. And if you're ever on a flight, it's a great time to, you know, do some internal inventory because there's no distractions. There's nothing you can do. That's why planes can be really uncomfortable too. Because it's like, what am I going to do with all this time? Anyway, I encourage you to kind of allow yourself to tap in. I had music that didn't have any lyrics and I just like journaled in my phone and I made a bunch of notes that I didn't even go through here. But yeah, I was talking about hardening myself. And so I'm going to make a conscious effort in summation, you guys, because I had all these notes. I should have just read from them. I'm going to make a more conscious effort to get back in touch with what I consider like pre-pandemic Katie, more open, more vulnerable, more of a feeler. Because yeah, people online can be shitty. People in real life can be shitty. Life can be shitty. But that doesn't mean that I have to shut myself off so I can't experience it. And so my work is to make myself resilient so that I can handle those ebbs and flows without completely shutting down. Because that's, again, I'm not practicing what I preach. And I tell you guys all the time to not completely shut down and stuff it. And that's what I've been doing for a few years. And so I'm going to let it come out. I'm going to get back in therapy. I'm going to journal. I'm going to connect with people, with real friends. And I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know how it goes. But thank you all for your support. If any of you were like, I thought she was taking vacation. I did. It was just a week. I wish it could be longer. Like I'm sure all of us feel when we go on vacation. When Sean and I are heading back, I'm like, I'm not ready. And we had to come right back into work. Like the next day I had to film. So, you know, it's the nature of life, but I need to build myself up so that it's not so difficult, and also need to take breaks more regularly so that taking like 5-6 days off is sufficient and I feel recharged. And that's my promise to you. You hold me accountable. For anybody curious, I did take a break. It just wasn't very long. But yeah, thanks for following along. Thanks for all your support, all your loving comments. Thank you for all the happy birthday comments because my birthday occurred during our vacation. You all are the best. And yeah, that's it. I promise to do better. Have a great week. Take care of yourselves. Let me know what you're doing. If you have any tips or tricks for me, I would love to hear them. Y'all are so, insightful and loving and caring. You've been doing your own work. So let me know and we can all learn together. Okay? Love you all. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.